This what makes Kyrie an in-game genius. He gets this catch right here with Isaiah Joe. He faces up, 10 on the clock. He goes left into a pull-up, and as a righty fading to that left, I'm going to brick it because that contest is on my inside hand. But what he's going to make the adjustment on the next time he gets the ball, here, Isaiah Joe, I read the clock. I got 7 left. I now end up attacking, and instead of going to that pull-up on that left side, I say, F it, and I just use my left off the glass bucket. I don't think y'all realize Shea uses the same move on the same defenders every single time. He's got Daniel Gafford. He got the ball. He brings it out to his left. Delayed tween going to the right. Dunk. That's one time, right? First time. Now I go to his right side. I got Gafford again. I bring the ball out. Go to my left side. Delayed tween to my right side. Get to the rim. Lay. Bucket. Tough. Second time. You think it was just 2 times of coincidence? Look at the third time. I got Derek Lively now. Different defender, still a big. I get the switch. What do? Bring the ball out to my left, delay tween to my right, stop, and I end up getting a foul. Bring me to the free throw line. He does the same shit. And y'all got to realize, if you want to be able to score, at certain times, this is going to call for the same move. It's just about you being able to read the scenario. This is what it looks like when your coach says to be ready to shoot, right? Look, Kyrie calls this play. Horns. Look at Derrick Jones Jr. Watch Derrick Jones Jr. He now works his way down to the corner, and what does he do? He wipes his hands, he wipes his face, because Luka's coming off 2 screens at the top, and watch Isaiah Joe. He's now stepping over to that midline, and Luka's going to make this read, and Derrick Jones Jr. knew exactly that, because that's the play call, and that's what I got to be prepared for in this play exactly. So, knowing what you're about to run, prepare yourself for what you're going to get. Look at this shot right here by Luka. If y'all want to be able to hit shots that Luka hits right here, like it's just like, yo, you threw that up, circus shot. Honestly, I couldn't really tell you much about it. You just got to start hooping more and more, because the skill that's required for you to be able to knock down those shots is just concentration, it's focus, and also it's body control. And now Luka, he's got all that shit down to a T. The only reason Luka entered a step back on this is because look at Lu Dort. He floods from that weak side. And so now Luka is not going to have space if he even wants to drive that direction. So he says, all right, let me get into a step back going to my left. And now even if you think, oh, that's one play, he's probably even do that for that reason. Look at this next play. All right, look at this next play. So now this time, I got Jalen Williams. Same spot, triple threat. J-Dub on the flood. And also I got Isaiah Joe on this elbow, right? And now the ball pressure I got up top because he knows he has help. So I don't got space left. I don't got space right. I really only got space going back. Perfect for my step back. And so even though he does end up taking this and missing it, that's Luka's shot, right? At that point, that was him who missed it, and it wasn't really the defense so much. Luka calls up for a screen from Josh Green because he got Giddey. He wants to attack that matchup. But what ends up happening is that Giddey tells Shea to go high, so Giddey don't got to switch on to Luka Doncic. But there's 2 screens coming. So even though Shea is here and does switch to this first one, he's coming off another one where J-Dub is not going to switch, where I'm going to have a hard hedge. And by having this hard hedge, the thing you got to read in this situation is not J-Dub right here, right? And if you think so, you think too small-minded and won't be able to excel at the game, right? The key in this situation is to read this weak side, because watch what Aaron Wiggins does. He steps over into the paint. He hooks that to the corner to Jaden Hardy. High quality look, doesn't go down, but you understand how someone like Luka reads the floor. And all these other players read the floor. Because you already know what's going to happen at the top. I got to see who's on that weak side is going to take away what I want to get. So when Kyrie catches this right here, Jalen Williams is not the issue. It's Josh Giddey. Because pay attention. He's got P.J. Washington. P.J. Washington goes to the other side of the floor, right? Josh Giddey stayed in the same exact spot. So this tells Kyrie, I got to step on Jalen Williams. I don't got space if I want to get to the rim because on top of Giddey, I got Chet. No Diddy. Right? So now I end up getting to my side step, going to my right, and I get my bucket. Tough bucket. You got to read the space that you got and read the help. And the help's really going to determine what looks you could get. The beauty of playing in transition is that you're able to get cross matches, right? You're able to get your mismatches. And so with Kyrie not having a Cason Wallace or a Lu Dort or a Shea in this situation, he's got an Isaiah Joe. Typically, he's so used with that Jalen Williams guarding him. And Jalen Williams, 6'6", like 7 foot plus wingspan, like 7'2". So I can't get into certain shit when he's around me and in my area, right? I can't get into these typical pull-ups because he has a length to stop it. But now Isaiah Joe, though, this is a different thing. And so the bag I can tap into right here is my triple threat game where I'm able to pull this over the top because the height's not that much of a difference. A lot of people want to get on Luka for this type of effort, but understand, by him just simply being in the mix, this has already created an advantage. Because even though it is a 4-on-4 and Jalen Williams is denying, you now have the whole floor to be able to play 4-on-4. And also on top of that, you got PJ Washington with Isaiah Joe. So now you already created another advantage. On top of the space, you also got the numbers. You got Casey Wallace on this pull-in. And so what ends up happening, now PJ Washington, do your thing, right? Utilize your size. You got 2 on you. All you got to do is find the open shooter, hit it to Derrick Jones Jr. in the corner. Boom, he knocks that down. Like I said, 15 points in the first half, 6 of 6 from the field, 3 of 3 from 3, just by him being ready. When Luka gets into his post-up, he looks over the shoulder and sees Shea pointing to J-Dub, telling him to get into help. And as a chain reaction of that, Isaiah Joe now has to pinch in on Gafford on that dunker. And so what Luka does when he sees 2 now by reading all the other help, he's not even worried about the double, and he knows where he's got to throw the ball, which is that weak side corner for an open 3. Despite the miss, high quality look, once again, high level read. I don't get this sometimes. A lot of y'all hoopers be sitting here like this, a little zesty, but ready to shoot. But even when you get the time to shoot, you don't shoot, and you don't even have a closeout on you. Read your closeout, and you will prevent opportunities like this, right? You'll stop these type of situations where you're thinking too much, and you end up turning the ball over. Just hoop. If you're ready to shoot, then shoot. A lot of the times when y'all teams get dunked on, it really don't be your fault, right? It really don't be your fault. So pay attention. So notice, Jalen Williams got Daniel Gafford in transition. Luka, the weak side defender, decides to turn his back. And what happens directly right off of that? He gets into the size up, attacks to the middle. Luka doesn't even help, and now his teammate gets dunked on because he wasn't in help. This is how you handle pressure and remain composed. Luka's got Lou Dort. He goes to the right side, he steps up on him, and now I decide, boom, I change direction. Lose the ball, and that's where a lot of y'all lose composure. But you got to maintain composure, get the ball right back. He steps up tight, change direction for the screen. And now with the screen, he blows that up. Ah, damn, he's getting in my grill, right? But now I go left, go back right. And guess what? He's already so antsy, he's already trying to pressure me so aggressively, is that I'm going to use this screen as gravity. Boom, cross, break it base, and now I get into my step back and create all the space I need. Because the whole time, I just remained composed and got to where I needed to because I knew what we were about to run. Luka is able to get past Lou Dort. He's got the step, but does he really have the step? Because Luka is mad slow. So what he's going to do now, pay attention to his stops, right? He stops here for a second. He's going to end up getting Lou Dort to stop. And after Lou Dort stops, he's going to step forward. So what's Luka going to do once again? Stop and actually get into a shot. So now you can't contest that, and I get an and one. That stop back to back, that's just tough to guard. And Lou Dort got fooled on that. And now this play right here. This play right here, it was hard for me to fathom. All right. This play was very hard for me to fathom. You got SGA going down the floor. One-on-one transition. Luka backpedaling. And what does Luka end up getting? A block. You know he was hype. You know he was hype. That might have been the best defensive play Luka's had his whole career.